I'm muted. Hey, hey. All right. Yeah. Let me go. One, a two, a three, four, five. Hello, Millie. Hello, hey, Jude. Hey, Jude. Hello, Angela. Annabella, honeys. Hello, hello. Well, at least y'all couldn't hear my dinging. Hello, Ginger Snap. Hello, hello. Pine Needles. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Sadie Girl's mama. Hello. I'm sure y'all can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I was saying, I finally got my computer fixed last night. All the things, honey. I finally got everything complete last night, but I lost some of my intros. I didn't lose them. They're there somewhere. I just got to figure out how to upload them again. And I didn't have time because I told some of the girls I was going live, and I did not. We ain't gonna be pushing no buttons right now. I'll do that on later time. And so all the things. Dynamite! That might be a sign to get me some new intros. Hint, hint. So when I had to do that, some of my intros did not save, but they're there somewhere in La La Land. We just ain't going there right now. So welcome, welcome. But I did get everything else fixed and corrected, and my computer's going faster and all the things, honey. Honey. I need Annabella. Look, silly Matthew silly, whatever his name is, he's telling me he needs my voice. No, I need his voice to get Annabella to say all the things. And then I need Annabella to say, honest. And then I need Matthew to put everything together for me. That's what I need. That's what Smiley needs. So how are y'all doing today? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, all around the world, wherever you are. Wherever you are. Welcome coming in. Welcome, welcome. So that's why I didn't do a big intro. That's why I have a different ticker up here, because it is, with all the things that's been going on, it wouldn't be proper. I know that's right, Dino. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. I know. I know. I got my other one in here somewhere. It's just in La La Land, because I don't know if you were in here last night or in here long, but I was having problems. I was having problems. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, I knew you was in the bushes. Why did I know? Why did I know that? Why did I know that? Annabella, he's fired. Hey, Matthew. Hello. Hello. Hello, Matthew. You're so silly. Your name fits you. Your name fits you. Yes, baby girl. I'm praying for a miracle. I am praying for a miracle. Lord, have mercy. Have mercy. Have mercy on everything and everybody. I'm telling you. He stays fired. I don't know how he makes it in this world with no job. Oh, Lord. Hold on just a minute. Hold on. Okay, I knew y'all didn't want to hear the dogs barking, and I had my window up so I could see people coming in. And they'd be like, rah, 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 rah. Anyway, yes, okay. So we're here today, gathered together. No, I did not take no marriage preaching, whatever. I'm just kidding. Look, you got to laugh sometimes to keep from crying. That is the truth. That is the truth. I'm talking to y'all. Sin, I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. Lord have mercy. No, my dogs was barking. I had to mute it just a minute. Somebody was coming in. Hey, little Dev. CP has no job and no reason not to work. It's not like he's searching for Sebastian. Exactly. I hadn't, but I do need to do that again. I really do. I need to do that. I need to go see if I can find some bottles somewhere. Hey, JK. Hello. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. See, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tails in the morning time. The mother and stepfather is not searching. That's right. That's right. Well, the first thing that I want to do is what I always do. I want to read from the Amber Alert. And I know you've heard it 100 million times, and you're going to keep hearing it more from me. And the Amber Alert says it is a missing 15-year-old boy. And I want to remind y'all, he just turned 15. So if that don't rattle y'all, I don't know what, I don't know what does. His name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's 15 years old. He's a male, white, hair brown, eyes brown, 5'5", 120 pounds, and he's missing from Sumner County, Tennessee. He's been missing since February 26th of 2024. And this Amber Alert was issued on behalf of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Again, he is 15 years old, white male, 5'5", tall, 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen on February 26, 2024, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This says on the Amber Alert, Sebastian was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and black sweatpants and glasses. Sebastian has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return home safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center, 615-451-3838, or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Bobby Simmons, 1-800-TBI-FIND, or Sumner County Sheriff's Office Detective B. Carter, 615-451-3838. That's how it's listed on this Amber Alert that first came out. I understand through his sister, Seth Rogers' sister, there is a new flyer out. And I will print that out sometime today. I have not got a chance to go over all that. I did glance at it, and I think the weight was actually changed on that. And I think it goes to the local FBI office. So I'm going to look at that. And, I think I'm going to find out, make sure that was approved and everything. But this is what I've been going by, the actual Amber Alert. What did Jude tell you? Jude, tell us. Let's see. Tell us, Jude, what you got? What you got? You had some information this morning. Tell us, Jude. Jude is good. She is everywhere, and she knows a lot. Tell us, honey. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Your word, I know your word is good. I've known her a long time, but she's been all over the place. Yes, tell us, honey. Tell us. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, don't be afraid. Just tell us. Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Spill the tea, honey. Bama Cat, hello. According to Sweetie Pie, Kathy Guy covered up prior essay by Chris. Oh, wow. Now, was that on allegedly, Sebastian? And we'll say allegedly, but was that allegedly? In 2 cases. Wow. 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 You know, you never know. Hey, Tropicana. Oh, 2 female cousins. Allegedly on 2 female cousins. You know, it would not surprise me one bit. Remember, in the other case we were doing, how Dawn's sisters come out and half sisters or whatever. You know, and things like this, people cover up and sweep things under the rug. And all I can say is if that is true, and if it is, I hope these people do come out and speak. I wouldn't be surprised at all, knowing what we know, what that waitress said. Uh-oh. Now that's a whole different phone. Why is that on? Why is that on? That's supposed to be. Lord have mercy. Now, right now, I'm working with 3 phones. I thought I would charge this one up, and soon I'm going to have a call in, but not today. Not right now. So don't try me, people. Anyway, yeah. You know what? That is true, Dino. All the family secrets come out, and not just when a child goes missing, but you heard, like in Scott Peterson, like when Amber Fry come out. And you know, he supposedly was squeaky clean. You can't let a book by its cover. You can't judge a book by its cover. You just can't. You can't. You know, allegedly he was a minor. Wow. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me that she was probably trying to protect. That didn't protect him. Y'all heard me yesterday. And I've been trying to research, and because I like to teach or have a lesson somewhere in something when time allows and I can, or I get to thinking about something. And, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what is going on with these people, but it don't help. And when you act like you don't believe the children or the people, and you sweep stuff under the rug, one, on the other side, if it allegedly that was true, as far as like, let's just say Chris allegedly, and that was true, that just created this monster. But as far as the girls, I don't know them, don't know who they are, they haven't spoke, but I'm sure it gave them real low self-esteem and everything I preached on last night, and made them vulnerable in life and really ruined their life. And that's just my opinion. So there's that. What I want to do is, and I'll get to sharing something today, but I just pulled this up earlier, and this is the one where my phone rings, so if it don't start ringing and all that, I want to play this clip I had up of Nancy Grace. I'm not sure if it just dropped today or whatever. It was sent to me earlier, and I found this interesting. I'm going to play it on, it's from Jay for Justice. No. It's not Nancy Grace. This is the Chris Proudfoot phone call. I had posted one earlier, but I'm going to play Jay's and get some of her thoughts on it. Jay for Justice. Okay, hold on just a minute. We're going to listen to this.
Well, there is some new audio that has surfaced of Chris Proudfoot speaking with narked divers.
And drop their channel.
His name is Trey. He's out there searching for Sebastian Rogers. And he shared this phone call with Chris Proudfoot out of complete transparency in the search. Special thanks to Trey at Narc Divers. If you haven't checked out their site, check it out. They're out there searching for Sebastian daily. Now, what we learned from Chris Proudfoot is not only that he's 5'9" and the water was knee-deep in that retention pond near their home, but he also tells Trey that he is the only one who got in the car with law enforcement and they drove him around to different places. I found that to be interesting. Hope you guys enjoy this audio. Let me know what you guys think.
First of all, I want to stop it there. That may very well be true, but why in the crap? He was not even there. Why would they take him and drive him around to all of these locations and all of these places in the cop car? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. And did he forbid Katie to go? Or did the cops not allow her to go? Or did she refuse to go? And Seth was there. Did they not take him? None of this makes any damn sense. I'm just saying he was not even there, but okay. Okay.
In the comment section below. Thanks again to Trey with Narc Divers.
There was the dispatcher.
Very good.
The call got released from the dispatchers to the deputies and the responding units. In that release of information, you can clearly hear the dispatcher and the cops all say.
However, Miss Kirby, yes, let me go back. However, the only problem that I personally have with that is this, because I did listen to this morning, and I didn't post this one, but I did post their specific Narc Divers on my community post. The only problem that I had with Chris saying this, all this stuff, is I felt he was lying only because, and he very well may not be. He may be telling the absolute truth on this. I will give him that. And you may be absolutely right. Surely, because they won't be lying about everything, honey. But the only reason I doubted this, what he was telling the guy, is because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the very first interview they ever did. It could have been the second interview, it could have been different. He said he did not know of any pond being drained. Now, because I don't know exactly which interview that was, it was at the very first. It was either the first or second. I know it wasn't mine, but he said it. I heard it. I was in the bushes somewhere. So if he did not know a pond was drained, because other people was asking, then how can he sit there and tell this story right here? Is he trying to send them on a wild goose chase? That's my only problem with this. That's my only problem.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what
track back up, going into the construction site over here, back towards the beach. That's the one behind you. It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? You shouldn't have any shoes on. Thing is, this is all dry, hard packed. I do have some footprints over here. Right there where you're standing? Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining pond. No shoes, just footprints. My shoes that Max went straight into the pond. Max led me straight to the retaining pond. Over behind Willow Boulevard and go right into the water. So do you see any footprints around it? There was a few footprints in some of the softer dirt. Headed straight this way on the track that he was running.
Mm-hmm.
47, what kind of shoes did he wear? So, Tim.
Yeah.
The next subdivision over to the left is our subdivision.
Okay.
It's called Victoria Place.
Okay.
Thank God. As soon as you turn in our subdivision, you'll drive it all the way up to the very top of the hill.
I think it was.
You'll see that to the right, you're cutting in a road that will link
All this together. Okay.
And the detention pond.
And do you know how much they actually drained?
They drained the whole thing.
It's okay.
So initially, when they went over to look at it, it was only knee deep. From the picture you showed me, there's a lot of runoff. I'm 5 foot 9, and it was knee deep.
Okay.
So how did he know that was knee deep? I'm just wondering, how does Chris know that was knee deep? I'm just wondering.
So, and they even drained it in still water.
Okay. So they actually walked it. I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is actually information that was told to me by law enforcement.
Yeah. So they actually.
Because I went on being a law enforcement, they can look at it
Right.
Previous.
around and showed me a bunch of stuff. I'm the only one that they've done.
Okay.
So I can actually give you a little bit more information than what everybody's out there running their mouth. Yeah, I'm not going to. So to work backwards from the pond, okay, if you were to walk from the pond, go straight up into the construction site, you'll see where they cut the road and it turns left. If you walk that all the way back, runs into our subdivision.
Okay.
If you go down Kelly, all the way down to Stafford, and walk down towards Stafford toward our house. From our house, if you're looking at my house, I'm going to tell you where the dogs stand. They started on the front porch.
Okay.
Because off the front porch, the dogs cut to the right. They go all the way down the side of the house, along the fence.
So they went to the back side, or that
Right.
continuum.
If you're looking at my house,
Okay.
it's going to be the right-hand side. The dog goes all the way down the fence. The dog comes all the way back up into the yard. And then it cuts diagonally house next door to us through their backyard. And that's the direction which the dogs take off. Now after that, that's where they get over to the main road, go up Helen, and head over to the other subdivision.
Okay.
There was a Belgian Malinois, a blue healer, 2 bloodhounds, and a blue tick. In the 8 days of the very intense searching, in the 8 days, on day 1, the 5 dogs did that. Out of the 8 days, 3 different dogs from 3 different groups went to that same area in that same set. On day 1, 2 of those dogs did the same path. And I'm pretty sure that was the bloodhound and the blue tick.
It was probably a better dog.
Yeah, those 2 were probably
Yeah.
the better ones. Now, the guy, and I can't remember this guy, I called him Michael, but I think they call him Michel.
Okay.
He's French.
You're what the French call les incompetents.
He's out of North Carolina, I believe, and he trained, he brought his dogs out, and one of his dogs did that same time. From what I was told, that's why I was like, well, there we go, folks. That's why.
See, I believe that if they did take him around, not only were they kind of getting a feel before they checked out where he was at first and all that, and could check the alibis, I feel like they were getting his reaction, like Miss Curvy said, but I feel like once again on this, he's painting himself in a corner in a box. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Because he's already told something different. It's one thing to add if you forget something, but you don't add to the truth. You don't have to, and you don't have to take away, but to change something. He said he didn't even know where there was a pond drained. He didn't know nothing about it. Just saying.
All the dogs, there was at least 3 consistent hits that did that
Right.
house. And there was a couple dogs, like one dog went over to the long haul pipe and got there and he lost it. The rest of the dogs all with themselves, and they go in all different directions. Yeah, that guy sent you his info, Kim Wagner.
Okay.
He's the EMA director for Suffolk County. He was the one I guess that was doing. He was responsible for the ground searching and the waterways and the caves and everything.
Okay.
You can't reach out to him, but you can give you more details as far as like the water,
What's been covered?
yeah, and the caves and stuff.
5'9".
He'll probably even show you, maybe, I don't know, but I would reach out to him. He will give you the best physical aspects of the surgery that took place. He's the one that was in charge of it.
Okay.
Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists.
Be sure and put her information up there. So I just found all that interesting. I found it all interesting. And yeah, Nancy Grace dropped a good one. Oh, where did I put that? Let's see. I put that in here too. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on a minute.
I think in the absence of information, we'll.
Uh-oh, hold on. Can you resend that to me, hey Jude? Because I don't know what I thought. Send that link. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I had it. Yeah, send that to me, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna share this and go to. I've been wanting to watch yesterday, when everything was messed up. I'm gonna go to. Spirit Seeker Squad. We're gonna watch this one in just a minute. Wait a minute. Not sharing. Hold on. Hold on. Why is it not sharing? Why is that not sharing? Okay, I think I have to go here. View on YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to present. Share screen. Okay. Share screen. Okay.
Video, and I was going to just upload the video and share it with you guys.
There we
And
go.
then I was like, no. As I was making the video, there were so many things that stood out to me that I was like, oh, I missed that. Oh my gosh, how do I put that in a video and
So
get my
share
point
her
across?
link
Because I
of
didn't put my
her.
words in the video. So I'm putting my words in the video with a clouded brain right now because I am so sick. My whole house is sick. All of us are sick. It's horrible. But I'm going to share this video with you, and I'm going to break down these details, and I'm going to tell you that I know from Chris Proudfoot's own mouth that Sebastian reached out for help from CPS on more than one occasion. Let's do this.
How did you discipline him since he, how did you discipline?
Sebastian in general?
Yeah.
Well, that depends. The punishment has to fit the crime.
Okay, so that was the first clip. This is from Smiley Stories World channel when she did this 3-hour, God bless her, interview with Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot. And this is Sebastian Rogers. He is a 15-year-old autistic child who is missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He has been missing for over a month. This is his mother, Katie, and his stepfather, Christopher, or Mr. Chris, is what Sebastian called him. This was on March 20th, 2024, that this interview was done. So the first little clip here is the punishment has to fit the crime, right? We're going to keep going.
So to speak. I don't know how to say this any other way, and please forgive me because it's going to
You're
sound
fine.
like
Say it. Say
it's
it.
going to sound very jerkish, but I don't want softball questions. People wanted to ask me the hard questions. By golly, let's get these hard questions
Hey,
out.
Amanda. All right.
Okay, he wants the hardball questions, not the softball questions, okay? People have been asking him all these softball questions. He wants these hard questions. This is because, in my opinion, as you can see up in the top corner of the screen here, it says, my opinion. My opinion is, you're going to get a lot of my opinion during this video. I'm just letting you know. My opinion is he thinks that he's the smartest guy in this whole damn room. This whole damn earth. He is the smartest guy. And no matter what you say, he's going to top it. He's going to have an answer for you. He's going to come back with something. He thinks he is always right, no matter what it is. And you're going to see more of that in just this 9-minute video that I'm sharing with you right now.
Sorry, but I just...
Well, let me start. Okay. Have you ever had CPS called on you before?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And you don't have to go into it elaborate or anything.
Okay. We all heard him say yes, right? Yes. CPS has been called. Now, why? Why was CPS called, Mr. Chris?
Like that. That was the question that I had. And that happens, sometimes, especially when you have a child who is, has special needs and stuff. That's
I've had
hard.
it. Well, I'll be honest with you. I've had CPS called on me in 2 states,
Hmm.
New Mexico and Tennessee.
In 2 states, New Mexico and Tennessee. All right, let's keep listening.
And and that did that include with Sebastian?
Tennessee was Sebastian, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Tennessee was Sebastian. Yes, ma'am. In fact, what, Mr. Chris?
In fact, Sebastian here. I'll just, like I said,
Now he's about to say he has nothing to hide because Mr. Chris he thinks he's always right. So of course he has to tell the story so he can degrade Sebastian some more. In my opinion, listen to the way that he degrades this child. Now put yourself in Sebastian's shoes, okay? You feel kind of helpless. You feel like you don't really feel safe, okay? With at least one of your parents at home, you don't feel totally safe. So you reach out. You reach out to people you're supposed to trust at school. Now listen to this story.
I got nothing to hide. So Sebastian went to school one day because we were at the house. He got in trouble. He didn't have a belt on. I was like, "Where's the belt?" And got it. Whack. Kind of got him.
Okay, so he said he got in trouble, but he didn't have his belt on. So he didn't get in trouble for not having a belt on. He got in trouble, and Mr. Chris was going to whack him on his butt with his own belt. Instead of using Mr. Chris's belt, he was going to use Sebastian's belt. But Sebastian didn't have a belt on. So he got it. And then Mr. Chris says, whack, kind of got him. Like he was bragging about it. Like he was, yep, whack, kind of got him, I kind of whacked his ass. Yeah, like it's a fucking joke. Okay. I told you guys I'm sick. My patience is very, very, very thin right now. I probably shouldn't be making this video if I want to be 1,000% honest with everybody, but I need to share this with you guys.
So he goes to school and he tells the teacher, they're mandatory reporters. So the teacher reports it.
Mm-hmm.
That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house.
Okay, so he went to school and he told the teacher, right? The teacher has to report it. That's what children are supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to go to school and feel safe to talk to the adults at the school. They're supposed to be able to tell if something bad is happening at home, or if they don't feel safe at home, or if they feel like they're in danger at home. They're supposed to be able to confide in their teachers at school so that they can be checked on by child protective services, right?
See, in my opinion, he felt like he couldn't tell anybody anything. That's my opinion. Because every time that he did, Chris, no matter how he did it, would control everybody. He controlled CPS. They dropped the ball, in my opinion. And they failed another child. That's correct. I bet he went up to the school, controlled the teachers. He manipulated. I think he manipulated more than he controlled. He manipulated people, and before he knew it, before they knew it, and before he left the room, he had them agreeing to shit they had no intentions of agreeing to. I think that's more like it. And then they were left there going, what the hell happened? Well, I didn't mean to do that. But then at that point, it was too late. Y'all do realize things like that can happen, right? That's a true story. In the meantime, however that happened, it should have never, ever, ever, ever happened. Because Sebastian was let down, the ball dropped, and Chris and Katie was allowed to continue everything that they were allowed to do under that roof to Sebastian, whether it be mocking, physical abuse, mental abuse, and Lord only knows what else. Bringing people in. God only knows what. Unfortunately.
CPS, they protect the children, right? That's their job, right? I thought so.
While we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child,
Eat dinner.
he's
Eat dinner with CPS.
not real happy
Did
because
you
he's in
invite them in
trouble,
for
so
coffee
he's being
too?
punished.
That's what you said with
So
police.
he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house.
Okay, he shows and then he stops. He showed what? Did Mr. Chris leave marks? Is that what he showed somebody at school? Because he retracted that like pretty quick, right? Let me see if I can go back here. We're going to listen to this again. He shows, now this, he stumbles over his words a lot right here. So this is very, very, very important. Ready?
He shows, he makes a report. They come to the house.
He shows, so they make a report and they come to the house. It gets better.
And the lady who comes to the house is the same lady we've had. She's had a case before.
It's the same lady. What, Mr. Chris? I'm sorry. Let's go back again, please. It's the same lady that's been at your house before? What?
Lady who comes to the house is the same lady we've had. She's had a case before.
It's the same lady we've had she's had a case before. He started stuttering there, huh?
Now, the case that was before.
Okay, so now I don't think he meant to mention that he knew this lady from a previous call. I think that was an oopsie. So this wasn't the first time he had met this worker, but now he has to explain it and try to minimize it because he already let the cat out the bag. So let's listen to his explanation of the first time that this CPS woman. Now, and this baffles me too, because I know CPS goes through caseworkers, like they say, multiple times, like they change out, the workers will start working and then they realize that they can't do the job or they don't get paid enough to do the job or whatever. They cycle out. So there's constantly new workers coming in. Also, there's so many cases that their caseload fills so quickly that each new person that comes in catches most of the new cases. So what a coincidence that this same woman came to the house twice. And was this the only 2 times that CPS has ever been at the Proudfoot house? I doubt it. Let's keep listening. And I'm even going to go back and we're going to listen to it all the way straight through, all the way back to he shows. Okay, let's go all the way back here, right here. Here we go.
He shows, he makes a report. They come to the house, and the lady who comes to the house is the same lady we've had. She's had a case before. Now, the case that was before was something that didn't even happen, and it's like 3 stories that were shoved into one. And when they finally got it debunked, they were like, "Oh, he got so mixed up in telling one story, it mixed into 3, and it caused a commotion." Well,
it was Sebastian's fault. He messed it up. So Sebastian had told someone about another situation, but
yes, I believe he was becoming more verbal too. And from my understanding, if he has not been, now he's had this problem all of his life. He was born without a chromosome. And again, I don't know the reason why he was just diagnosed with this, because they usually like to have them diagnosed. They like to wait till at least 5 or after, but this long, I don't know. I don't know why. That's none of my business. It speaks volumes to me being a mother with a child with autism, but I don't even want to pretend to guess why. Now, but my thing is, even though he was already verbal because he's high functioning, um, it bothers me that maybe, well, I'm just saying, so maybe now they were getting him, let me just rephrase that. Maybe now in the last however long year or so, they were getting him more and more speech. Maybe not, but maybe they were getting him more services, at least in school, and he was becoming more verbal. I don't know. Um, so Chris didn't like it. Hey, Siggy, let's see what you're saying, honey. Let's see, hold on. Yes, somebody just told me that, Ziggy. Oh my God, and I love Sweetie Pie Lows. Somebody just told me that. And I was saying that, oh my God, I was saying, and he said, and a cousin as well. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. And his mom is probably the type that would stand up for him and absolutely sweep it under the rug. And I don't know if you heard my live last night or not. I try to be short. I was having all kinds of computer issues, but I try to do a little lesson and when I find time to do it. But why these parents have to feel like that they have to blame children and mock children and stuff like that. But it takes, it's just bad, and it takes away their self-esteem and nobody wants to believe them and different things like that. And I very well do feel that it was done in this case. I do. And oh my God. And I so much believe, in my opinion, that these Bauer socks and all that side of the family helped Chris every chance they got from the time he was a kid until now. I so am glad that Nina came out. But you know what, Ziggy and everybody in here, I hope that by Nina getting her voice, because she's 1,000% believable, I hope other women come out and get their voice. And I know that's hard. Some people take stuff to the grave. Some people, even if they're strong on the outside and strong in other areas of their life, is not strong enough just for that one simple thing. Well, it's not simple to them. That's not what I mean. And they take stuff like that to the grave. But I pray that people that Chris has ever hurt, whether it be family or not, will get the courage to pull together and please absolutely come out and start speaking up. Did you see my comment? The reason he's just now being diagnosed with autism is probably because he didn't want to get him in the system because of the abuse. Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, Dino, I can tell you right now, and seeing, I'm not afraid to use my voice to speak for that. People say, you can't speak for nobody. The hell I can't. I am. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Because I know what I know. I know what I saw. I absolutely can. I have a 28-year-old with autism, high functioning. and I'm a mother of 4, and I damn sure can. I'm concerned about Sebastian. I'm concerned about the signs and what I see, and I'm going to anyway because I damn well believe it from my heart. True story. I think in my heart of hearts, and I have a right to believe it, and I have a right to say it, and I have a right to my opinion because this is the United States of fucking America. I'm going to say it. I believe they didn't want to diagnose him until now because the school kept pushing it because they were embarrassed of him. Both of them. In my opinion, allegedly. And that's why you already heard that Chris didn't want the pictures made with him, and they didn't like the pictures hung all over their house. They're embarrassed of him, even his own mother. She chose the man and money over her child, in my opinion. And they especially, if he was having those, and I don't want to keep beating, but you got to now. You got to. And if things were happening at school, maybe he was regressing and maybe he had the problems that he had at school because she kept putting them damn diapers on him. And because, I don't know, I can go there, but I'm going to calm down. I'm going to take it down a notch. But maybe they got him in more trouble at home by them doing that than if their lazy asses would stop drinking and arguing and cheating on each other and all the bullshit that they were doing and paid attention to what his needs were, in my opinion. When you have a child, you sacrifice your bullshit. Your bullshit. You're grown. Oh, yeah, they're just on a romantic whatever now. Drinking their hot toddies and eating their caviar and their bullshit. Make it make sense. Where's their little doggies at? Thank you, Kathleen. Where's their little puppies at? Have they still got the little puppies? Or did they leave them like they did last time, locked in the house for Kathy Bowel Socks to go up there and take care of them? I don't know. I'm just asking. Katie, if you don't want those little puppies, I'll come get both of those. If you give them to me, I'll come up there and get both of those. I'll come get them. You don't even have to, see me, talk to me, look at me. I will send somebody to meet whoever at your house or wherever to pick them up. And then I will go to where I know people and get them. And they will have the best loving fucking home ever for a lifetime. That's my offer to you. I will take them puppies off of your hand, off of both of y'all's hands forever and ever and ever. And I beg you, please do not hurt those little puppies. Do not leave them in a cage. That they will never be caged here. There's nothing wrong with, you know, caging them. I've just never caged none of mine, but just get in touch with me. Evidently, Chris knows how to get in touch with me. I beg you. And I just thought of that off the top of my head. I don't know where the puppies are, but then you'll really have your freedom. I will take those puppies. I will take them forever and ever and ever. And I promise you they'll have the best life ever. That's my offer to you. How about that? How about that? I might even zip my mouth a little bit. How about that? And one thing you can say about me, I am a animal lover, especially a dog lover. I'm just saying. In the meantime, listen, y'all. In the meantime, we got to finish watching this. We got to find this baby right here. He's somewhere. Let me get back to, because I can't do it that way. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to figure this out. Let's watch a little bit more.
He told 3 different stories, allegedly, which caused such a commotion that it led to CPS knocking at their door. I mean, so the call that he's trying to talk about was because Sebastian was mad that he got punished. The first call, or this other call, I won't say first because I don't know if it's the first call or not, but this other call that he's referring to, Sebastian just got confused and started telling 3 different stories. Darn Sebastian, man. I have never heard a child be talked about in such a demeaning way in such a short period of time. We're only 2 minutes and 24 seconds into this 9-minute video. I can tell Mr. Chris thinks really highly of his stepson, huh? What you think?
They canceled that out. So the one on me, she shows up, and I said,
okay, so he said, so the one on me. So does that mean the other story that he was talking about wasn't against him? Was it against mom? What other reason would CPS be at the house? Because Sebastian spoke to his teachers at school about a situation that was happening at home. He got so confused, he told 3 different stories, but it wasn't on Chris. This punishment situation, now that was on Chris. I remember, this is all in my opinion, allegedly. I'm just trying to make this all make sense, right? These are Mr. Chris's words, and I'm just trying to
I truly believe, because it's under an
and I will also say this. I don't know exactly what happened to Sebastian. I don't know where Sebastian is right now today. I don't know how he got out of the house on February 26th. I don't know. But I do know that this Mr. Chris is a Mr. Ass, in my opinion. He is one of those adults that I used to despise when I was growing up, because I was taught, if you want respect, you give respect. You want me to respect you, then you respect me. That's how my mom raised me. She would respect me, and in turn, I was to respect her. And this asshole, I don't see him that way. He's the adult. He gets the respect, period. It doesn't matter how much of an ass he is. He's the adult. He's the elder. So he always gets the respect, because in his brain, he deserves it because he's an adult. Bullshit. I disagree with that. If I'm treating any other human like shit, I do not expect them to respect me, because it goes back to treat others how you want to be treated. You know, you want to be told what to do. You want to be treated like a dog. You want to be degraded, demeaned all the time. I'm not going to respect you for that. No, thank you. Sorry. Move on. Okay, but that's how I see Mr. Chris. He thinks that, I think you get it. Let's keep going.
Hey, how you doing? It's her again. She's like, oh hey. She goes, hey, I'm already don't. She's like, don't tell me anything, but I'm gonna tell you what I know happened. And I said, okay. She goes,
So he's making it sound like she was like, oh, it's the kid, right? It's the kid. The kid's the problem. I'm here to protect the kid, but the kid's the problem, right? And Mr. Chris, of course, it's like, well, yeah, it's the kid. He's the problem. I'm not the problem. He's the problem. And the lady's like, ha, 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 I know, Mr. Chris, you're not the problem.
Mocking at its finest.
she told me exactly what happened. I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, oh my God. I said, yes, ma'am. This is how it's been. Sebastian thought by telling on me, making it sound like I was so horrible.
He lost signal. That was the best part of the interview right here.
You cut out just a minute.
That I was going to get in trouble over something stupid. And I was like, no, Sebastian, you got punished, man. You got punished. And he was like, but. And I was like, you got punished.
Okay, so I know that I'm not the only one that has noticed this, that Mr. Chris is constantly mocking this 15-year-old child on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Constantly. But, and that he does that multiple times. I think almost every time that I've heard him, even when he was talking to Nancy Grace, you'll see that towards the end of this video clip that I have here, he mocks Sebastian at least twice in this 9-minute video. Can you imagine what a day was like with Mr. Chris and Sebastian? Can you imagine the frustration for a child that's not on the spectrum being around Mr. Chris all day, every day? Or all day, just a full day, a full 24-hour day? Can you imagine the stress, the anxiety, the fear, the pressure, the on edge, walking on eggshells, and then you put a child on the spectrum around that? Shame on Katie, in my opinion. My son is on the spectrum very much like Sebastian has been described. So much so that when Katie was talking about his school picture, she said that he had a chocolate milk mustache because he didn't think to wipe his mouth before he took his pictures that day. My son has the exact same chocolate milk mustache in his school pictures. Never, ever would I let Mr. Chris talk to my child that way. My son is 14, and there is no way I would be damned if that man would speak to my child that way.
And the lady took him outside. She goes, Sebastian, just because you get in trouble and you get punished,
thank you.
You need to understand when you go and you say things about people and you lie and you fabricate things and you make it sound worse than what it is, sir, you can get in trouble for that.
As I put on the screen here. So they made this autistic child feel like he would get in trouble for reaching out for help. That's what Mr. Chris just told us.
So that happened. And the lady was like, I am so sorry. And I said, no, he's just a child. He's upset. It is.
So the adult is okay, but the child is not. I didn't realize that Child Protective Services was there to console the adults that were accused by the child.
Thank you.
What is wrong with this story?
It's what it is. I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he set that back down at the dinner table and was like, see, eat your food. And we went back and everything's been fine.
Ha ha ha. I win, you lose. Ha ha ha. I mean, he gave us that laugh. That's the laugh that he gave Sebastian when they sat back down at the dinner table. Mr. Chris was like, I win, you lose.
Can y'all imagine mocking him when you thought help was coming and they did nothing? And he's going to go on to tell about, the lady got Sebastian and said, or he was in front of the lady and said, see, this is what happens when, and then go back in there and eat your supper. And I mean, can you imagine? And now he's on here going, ha, 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 ha. I cannot even wrap my mind around an adult. When that happens, when the police is called, or domestic violence or something like that, I could not imagine a child that it happens to in a regular, I'm not going to say normal, where they're thinking something happens and somebody's coming to their defense or their rescue. But a child that has medical issues, and especially when his own mother, and he's probably confused that the CPS come out and he had told his teacher. And I'm going to tell you something. Their teachers, if he told his teacher and she called, that's probably who he confided in, felt like he could trust. And I only pray that maybe it was the teacher took him to the principal and the principal told CPS, because he probably felt so betrayed. And I know the teacher or whoever did that, yes, they're mandated, but they probably feel so bad, especially now. I cannot imagine. There's so many things that just run through my mind right now. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I got out of it. I clicked the wrong thing, people. All right. Well, y'all get the gist of it. I'm not going to even try to find it. I clicked out the whole freaking YouTube. I clicked out the whole YouTube. Oh, my mind was elsewhere. Yeah. No, they don't, because they let that crap happen. I don't know. All right. But I found the Nancy Grace one. We're going to listen to this one for a minute. This was interesting. This is one she dropped this morning. Let's listen to this one. It's not pictures or anything.
Hey, you shopper with the cute shoes. Oh, we just want
And
to say
it said, missing autistic boy Sebastian Rogers molested? ? Nancy Grace dives deep into the day, most shocking crimes, and asks the tough questions in her new daily podcast, Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. So anyway, she did this. Let's go.
love your outfit.
We do. You look amazing.
Commercial.
Oh, thanks. You're all too sweet. Well, we are sweet corn. Compliments are our specialty. We do compliment every meal. I know. That's why you're my favorite vegetable. Oh, stop. Now, who's being sweet?
For meals
Thank
of
you, Aurora.
personality, look for Fresh from Florida sweet corn where you shop. There's sunshine in every bite.
Your car's
I love Nancy Grace. I used to watch her every single night. She used to be on Headline News, and
come to Mako to refresh your ride with a paint and collision repair.
she don't play.
Best price guarantee. Better get Mako.
If you're a smoker or
It's got like 3 commercials on here. Just bear with me a minute.
Reason to do it. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you can find many. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch. It's made with only 6 simple ingredients. Plus, Zyn is the only nicotine pouch.
Boom! Weak ass.
Satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Find yours in online or in a store near you.
Yeah, see, I would have found a way to tell his dad.
Warning, this
Period.
product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
Can you hear this one? This phone, Dino?
In the last hours, the bio dad and grandparents of missing autistic boy Sebastian Rogers hold a vigil where everyone vows that Sebastian will be brought home safe and sound. Will he? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories as we continue joining in the search for Sebastian. First of all, take a listen to this. Have the two of you taken a polygraph?
I have.
I have not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, but I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
I understand. Ms. Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
I want to see
That's
it.
not exactly what has been stated before by Sebastian Rogers' stepfather, Mr. Proudfoot. Listen, and Mr. Proudfoot, you have volunteered to take a poly?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to set up a poly for you, would you take it?
Name the place and time, ma'am. I'll be there.
Joining me in All-Star Panel to make sense of what we're hearing right now. But first to Dave Mack, crimeonline.com, investigative
Pretty soon he's going to trip on it.
reporter. Dave Mack, isn't it true that crimeonline.com did set up a polygraph?
Absolutely true.
And what happened?
Chris Proudfoot told us that he could not take it now. He wanted to, but he can't because the TBI told him not to.
It's my understanding to Cheryl McCollum joining us. Cheryl McCollum, founder director of the Cold Case
We don't know,
Research Institute,
Kathleen.
forensics expert and host.
I tell her to show it. If you pass it, show it.
Podcast. Cheryl, it's my understanding that specifically Sebastian's stepfather said he could no longer do interviews, including with us, because he had been instructed so by the TBI. And Jackie, correct me if I'm wrong, that they did not want any of his interviews to interfere with the investigation, and that even though he had agreed to do our polygraph,
Right.
he now says that the TBI is going to set up their own polygraph,
Blame it
and
on the
he
moon.
can't take our polygraph until after that. And once he does that, then, quote, we'll take it from there. What do you make of it?
You know, you and I always go back to Mark Class. If you want to make sure that the law enforcement has everything they need to get rid of looking at you, you can do that. He can set up a private polygraph through an attorney. He can take yours. He can demand that TBI give him one so that they can stop focusing on him and this polygraph business and move on and find out where Sebastian is at. Period.
I mean, Cheryl McCollum, you and I can go right now and pay for a polygraph. They'd be happy to take our money. Hey, just put it on a credit card and take a polygraph.
And here's the other. TBI would be happy to accept those results. A polygraph is a polygraph is a polygraph. And the examiner, that's who you're relying on. So you've got somebody that's going to be willing to testify and put their reputation on the line. Again, he could make this happen today if he wanted to.
Let's go straight out to Joseph Scott.
Oh, Mary, thank
Morgan,
you for becoming a member.
Professor of Forensics, Jacksonville State University, author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon, and star of a hit series, Body Bags with Joe Scott Morgan. Joe Scott, thank you for being with us. You know what? This is like static in my ears.
Truth Warrior has a question. Let me see. Did I miss it? Do you know the story of Sebastian being whipped with the belt was before they tested him by doctors to be on the spectrum? I think he was already diagnosed. To my understanding, he was already diagnosed with autism. Yep, that's my understanding. Thank you.
Because I know tick tock, tick tock. As long as
that's what I said, Nancy. You be watching me, honey.
The stepfather and the mother, Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot, I'm losing time. If by some stretch of the imagination, Sebastian is still alive, if he's alive, he won't be much longer. What do the stats show? What is your opinion? I need it, and I need it now, Joe Scott.
Yeah, the biggest thing that we're looking at is this idea of time. We're talking about a young man that went missing back in February, Nancy, late February. And as we move down that timeline, the odds are stacked against him. I think one of the most important pieces that's kind of arisen out of this, other than all of the comments that have been made to this point relative to polygraphs and those sorts of things, or those eyeglasses. And I love the shot the producers put up of him standing in front of that rack of eyeglasses, because that's going to tell the tale, I think. If they can specifically tie those to him, that's very important. They can take that script off of those glasses, determine.
I don't think they're his glasses, Joe Scott. I don't think they're his glasses.
Well, at this point in time, you have to work with what you have. If they're not his, then that.
I still would like to know, because I thought about it the other night, how many pair of glasses does he have? Anybody? We know he had to have 2, possibly 3, because listen, and I want to know were they all accounted for in the house. He went to the eyeglass center, unless they were broke. He went to the eyeglass center to get new glasses, so he possibly had some on. And usually they give you buy one, get one free, or buy one and get half off or something. So, and did he have any old ones laying around the house? My question is to LE, anybody listening, are all of his glasses accounted for? Just curious.
That points us down a different road, doesn't
Okay,
it?
let's go with they're not his glasses. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that, Joe Scott. I was thrilled. I mean, you may want to jump in on this, Cheryl. Remember, we're not having high tea at Windsor Castle. But it's a sad day when you're excited, when you're thrilled, you think you find a missing boy's glasses. Why was I thrilled? Because it was a clue for a moment, and then the TBI confirmed they're not his glasses. So I see where you're going, Joe Scott, but it's a sad day when we're all thrilled to find a pair of beat-up glasses on the side of the road. But I was. So where does that leave me, Joe Scott, as we're all like, take a poly, take a poly. Why won't he take a poly? What really happened? Was he at work? Was he not at work? Well, we're all gnashing our teeth and switching our tails trying to figure out about Mr. Proudfoot. If this kid, this child is out there with his autism kicking in, giving him problems, what's going to happen? The likely scenario, Joe Scott, as we're spinning our wheels on Proudfoot.
Yeah, if this is, we're talking about Hendersonville, Tennessee, Nancy, which is 10 miles outside of Nashville, but, really quickly up there, that area becomes very rural. And so if he has wandered off or been taken off in any number of directions, his ability or survivability is greatly diminished here. And what the police are doing right now is, if you think about the last known location of him, that's the center of the target. And they're working from concentrically to eccentrically. They're moving out in these big circles, but it's such a broad, densely wooded area. This is a Herculean task, to say the least. I think that some of the answers are going to rest in the idea that whoever had control over him, his comings and goings, we're talking about a kid that has been diagnosed with autism, whoever had control over his comings and goings, their electronics need to be tracked, Nancy. Those ideas of where did they go at those times when he was last seen alive? And that's going to be one of the threads that you're going to want to pull in this investigation.
Cheryl McCollum, host of Zone 7, is a forensic expert, as you know, Joe Scott Morgan, death investigator. Cheryl, you've had quite a lot to say online. What about now? Cat got your tongue? Because I don't like that.
No.
You're pretty bold when nobody's questioning you.
No,
But what about now? I want to hear your analysis.
Here's my problem. They're statements. You've got inconsistencies. As soon as somebody changes their story at all, they should become the focus, period. Mom has said different things. Now you've got a stepdad that looks like he's co-signing with everything that she says, but he allegedly wasn't there. So how can he agree with anything that she's saying?
Boom.
You've got Mom saying she heard a thud. I don't like that word. That sounds like a body hitting the floor. When people use the word thud, that's not sounded like he hit the wall, sounded like something dropped.
No, it's never a good thing. It's usually preceded by an adjective, sickening, a sickening thud.
Right. And Nancy, you've got other things. You've got Mom saying he went to the end of the driveway to put out the trash. And then you've got law enforcement searching a landfill. They're searching lakes. They're searching ponds. If you're watching and paying attention to law enforcement, it does not seem to me that they are looking to recover a child alive. They are searching for remains. You and I both know, and Joe Scott knows, when a child goes missing, the first 3 hours are critical. We're at 6 weeks. 6 weeks and this child has not been seen or heard from.
Okay, hold on. Why are you saying, Cheryl McCollum, that you believe they don't expect to find Sebastian alive based on their actions? I'm talking about LA law enforcement.
Their searches. They're searching landfills, lakes, ponds. That is not indicative of somebody that is alive. And again, you've got a child that has gone 6 weeks without his medicine, 6 weeks without food that we know of. He didn't have a source, no shoes. And Mama herself says, oh, a flashlight's missing. Again, that's such an odd thing for her to know is missing.
Police
until
are
they
holding
show
all
her
that
video
close.
that looks like a flashlight. And then the stepdad says, well, we were sure hoping it was, but we're sad to report it wasn't a flashlight. Well, if you've got 2 flashlights out there, why are you glad that it's not that? That to me would signify that somebody was out there in the wee hours of the morning with 2 flashlights, meaning 2 separate people, the night your child went missing. I mean, it's just odd.
I think all of it's odd. I'll let y'all go listen to the rest of it because I don't want to blow it. But that's the middle of it right there. I stopped. It's got 11 more minutes. I stopped at timestamp 12 minutes and 14 seconds. But yeah, Nancy's on it. Nancy's on it. I just think it's a lot going on, and it is an investigation. Nobody's been cleared. Nobody's been cleared. I think there's one more, if I can find it. I wanted to pull up. Listen to this, okay? This is Craddock. Now, listen to this one.
I think in the absence of information, what we'll continue to do is go back over everything we've already done once. Put a fresh set of eyes on it.
To that end, Craddock says searchers recently found a pair of glasses, which they are checking to see if they belong to Sebastian.
Any evidence of foul play? We have not cleared anyone, but we have...
Did you hear that? We have not cleared anyone. That was the day the glasses was found. That was after the press conference. I hate to talk to y'all like that, but some people, it goes over their head. No, they haven't said foul play. But listen, let's go over this again.
Absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No. Why? Because the investigation remains ongoing. We don't know what we don't know.
We don't know what we don't know. They can't say it's foul play. They can't say it's not. This is coming from the sheriff. But they have not cleared anyone. Why? Because they're trying to make sure it's not foul play. They're running out of options, people. They're running out of options, and they're keeping a lot to the vest. Him, Sebastian, say his name. I prefer you say his name where he's at. What happened to him? Where did he go? There is no scent outside the house. You can draw your little conclusions. It's done been said that it was debunked, that whatever's going on being told about the trails leading here and there and yonder and breadcrumbs left to the diver. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. But hey, Chris. Yes, I left you a text message and I got your message last night, and absolutely I will call you Friday. Prayers to you. Keep passing out the flyers. Say his name, show his face. And if they want to sit on their butts, sit in their campers, cry wolf, cry me, go ahead. Oh, but I mean it about butts. Get with me, I'll come get them. I mean that. I mean that with all my heart. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15 years old, male, white, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'5", 120 pounds, Sumner County, Tennessee. Actually, he wasn't just seen around that area. Of Stafford Court. He was being seen being tucked in his bed, or actually told to go to bed, supposedly, allegedly by his mother, Katie Proudfoot. Did he make it home that night? Sunday night? Early on, the police decided to go backwards, so they must have thought early on it was going to turn into a serious investigation and possibly foul play, because they needed camera footage. They're not ruling anything out. But if you have any information, please call TBI 1-800-TBI-FINE or the Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for spending the afternoon with me. Have a wonderful day. Be good out there on the streets. See you later. Thank you to all my mods and everybody for being here. Thank you. Bye.